Hi there, and Happy New Year. Uh, this live stream is going to be a little bit of we're going to look at how 2021 was in Iceland. I'm going to show you a couple of sketches from the Áramótasköp, which is basically a comedy show, Icelandic comedy show that's been going on for a couple of decades in Iceland. Always like looking back at the past year and seeing the funny side of things. And I'm going to show you a couple of sketches that maybe are more relatable to you guys. And yeah, maybe you look a little bit into the future also. What's 2022 gonna look like? Unfortunately, my Volva, my professor, couldn't make it. But let's let's see what we can guess. Um, but yeah, Áramótasköp. It's or the New Year's comedy show. It's always played like 10:30 before we go berserk, shooting up fireworks from all over. And so yeah, everything goes silent. Like everybody watches this comedy show, and and there are usually different opinions on how it goes, how funny it was. So and today, last year's, this year's was okay. There were a couple of really funny sketches, but a couple of not so funny. But I think that's a part of it all. Hi Julie, and hi Emmanuel, and hi John. And so I'm gonna try to, or try. No, that's not the right word. Hi Alice. I'm gonna continue with this live stream project. Last couple of months have been a little bit hard to keeping that up because it's been a challenge. I'm not calling from Reykjavik, Iceland today. I'm here in Leamington Spa in the UK with my family, but continuing to run my company, Your Friend In Reykjavik, and with the help of my great guides that are basically I'm running the remote office. And so it's been with the challenges to be remotely, even though we're pretty used to it. Like based on COVID, of course, everybody working, many people working remotely. Hi Nana, and hi Ruth, and Nadine, and Pauline, and Claire, and Judith. Yeah, I have to check out Jules Holland and the Hootenanny. Yeah, I'm getting into the UK. Sketch shows and stuff. I saw Spitting Image for the first time in like a couple of decades. I think I didn't know that Spitting Image was still going on in the UK. But yeah, it's been with its challenges to operate my business from here, and of course with the new variant of COVID that didn't help at all. Dealing with cancellations and rebookings and movements and and restaurants closing because of quarantine of staff, and yeah, it's been crazy. So very very good when you're one-man team to to try to navigate that all. But I'm pretty positive for 2022. I think we're getting over the worst on the situation regarding that. Hi Marla and Anne. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you the first little tidbit. So what made Iceland, what made the news in Iceland, and especially maybe international news. And it wasn't much, to be honest. COVID, and it was like a yo-yo, closing up on stricter quarantine, and then stricter restrictions, COVID restrictions, and then abolish of restrictions. So it's been really strange. The New Year's Eve Hootenanny is a music show. Watch it on iPlayer app. So Jules Holland, I like Jules Holland actually. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. I have the iPlayer app. I'm getting used to the UK. So I'll check that out. Yeah, it's been like a yo-yo, Rebecca. It's been like, every time when you see, yes, it's it's moving in the right direction. You're just so. Let's share here. So I'm gonna show you. So Bernie Sanders, new January in 21, Biden being elected as president finally after all that bullshit, and you see the gloves that Mr. Bernie was. This was, of course, the most of the meme or meme of 2021, and you see the gloves. These were, of course, Icelandic gloves, and so I'm going to share also. So just to give you an idea, So hand knitted mittens, Bernie style. So that was our claim to fame in the beginning of the year. Of course, using the special, unique Icelandic wool. You can grab them from Grapevine. So if you're so inclined. And what more? Shall we look at the first sketch? Yes, let's look at the first sketch. Hi, Nana. And so I'll maybe have to translate for you some of the jokes, but I'm going to play them out, and then we're going to talk about them. So bear with me. But this is a pretty relevant sketch, I think, for most.
Bólusetningar í fullum gangi. Mánudagur Pfizer-dagur. Þessa vikuna verður fólk úr efri lögum samfélagsins kallað í bólusetningu.
So Monday is a Pfizer day. So it's just a posh vaccine, and everybody gets champagne and opera.
Þriðjudagur Moderna-dagur.
Tuesdays, that's Moderna. That's just for the, basic.
Svavaknútur tekur lagið á meðan bólusetningu stendur og allir fá sleikjó.
Everybody gets a lot of
Fylgikvilla Moderna eru beinverkir, hausverkur og smá sviti.
And then finally,
Miðvikudagur Janssen-dagur.
Janssen. So that's like the
Það verða engin skemmtiatriði og sleikjóarnir eru búnir. Fylgikvilla Janssen eru skjálfti, hitaköst, kuldaköst, beinverkir, kvíði, eftirsjá og miðnætti mun koma til þín draugur sem öskrar á þig.
Ghost. So a little bit making fun, everybody talking about I got vaccinated by Pfizer and Moderna and Janssen, and they were debating what was better and who got what, and so I like that sketch. And pretty nailed on, right? So Mondays you get Pfizer with opera and champagne, and Tuesdays is Moderna, and then you get like folk songs and lollipop, and then Wednesdays you get a Janssen and a Ghost. So yeah, let's see, what do you have more for you guys? This is a pretty funny one. One of the things that a lot of people went doing in COVID was they were renovating. They were doing something with their house, making some renovations because they were stuck at home. And a lot of people got new pets. So here's a sketch about that.
Já, þú voru góð stelpa. Elsku Stella, svo góð. Þú voru svo frábært ár með þér, elsku
It's
kett.
been a beautiful year with you.
Við heldur betur. Við munum krakkar hvað gaman að labba með Stellu COVID-inu.
Remember how funny it was to walk with Stella and COVID.
Já. Blessu ska mín. Já.
Takk fyrir allt saman.
Við séum fyrst að vinum að það líka.
Já, svona, já. Sjáum leikum.
Bless. That is Tenerife, you know, going to Spain, and all the dogs left in the wayside. So how did you like that sketch? About all the pets and how that evolved. A little bit dark. We Icelanders like our dark humor. Hi, Svava. And hi, Jody and Jessica. And yes, a bit sad, Kim, but a little bit close to home for some. Like I said, I picked the jokes that I thought would be most relevant for you guys, but I'm gonna post a link to the whole thing a little bit later on. One of the funny things that happened in COVID was everybody and their grandma went to the volcano, of course. Volcano that started. What was it, 19th of March, and lasted for 6 months. Very, very nice volcanic eruption. I visited 3 times, and it was a beautiful visit. But there were a lot of people that visited that were not maybe equipped to go there. Physically, didn't wear the right clothes, and so let's check out one sketch about that. So here's a family and just their Sunday ice cream drive. He's basically saying everybody's seen the volcanic eruption. Should we go? Yeah, isn't that a little bit of a walk for your mother? It's just over there.
Pabbi, hvernig komu eiginlega?
Þetta bara hana.
Okay.
So just in their Sunday clothes, of course, and
Hvenær komu?
the poor mother.
Þetta bara hana.
It's just over there. That was a very common saying. It's just over there. You don't see the people just over there. But it was a little bit longer. And you couldn't. Don't touch the rope because of COVID. Yeah, and sandals. Yeah, people went. Believe me.
Koma svo. Þetta algjörlega magna. Þetta móðir náttúra skarta sínu fegursta.
Flott. Við skulum bara dreifa okkur, svo við sjá þetta.
En hvað ásti mín?
Mamma, hvað finnum ekki ömmu? Hvað stressar? Ég veit.
Can't find Amma. Grandma is missing.
Vá, já, þetta hefði getað farið verð. Kvæti.
Ég get ekki meir.
Where did you park?
Ég er hungri.
Já, það er keks í bílnum. Ég held að allan er eitt eftir.
Pabbi, þú aldrei komið.
Jú, ásti mín, þetta er bara þarna. Það.
Just over there, and you would walk for at least an hour because all the parking was all over.
Þarna, lítur að vera.
Just over there. So pretty good one, like I said, everybody and their grandma want to see the volcanic eruption, and a lot of people, there are a couple of people got lost. They went in all kinds of weather and didn't look at the forecast, and it was interesting to watch the news about the volcanic eruption. Let's see what do I have more for you here. And also liked I also like this this one over here. Where is it? This was, like I said, everybody went to the volcanic eruption, but those who didn't, they were very vocal about, I haven't been to the volcano. So this is a sketch about that.
En eru þið búin að fara upp á Gossi?
Herri, á fyrir síðustu helgi.
Have you been to the volcano?
Ég
That's
veit,
crazy.
bara að vera í nálað við þessa orku og þessu bara.
Oh,
Ég ekki búin að fara. Ég mæli með. Ég að pæla að fara aftur, sko.
Ég búin að fara tvisvar, það svo gaman.
Ég held ég sé bara svo eina sem ekki búin að fara.
I think I'm the only one that hasn't gone.
Hún lætur í sér heyra.
Herru, svo bara búið að
And
cancela
everybody was talking about
öllum.
anything.
Þá ætti bara að cancela mér. Af því ég ekki búin að fara að skoða eldgosið. Nei, ég segi svona.
Because I haven't watched
En ég á eftir að sjá eldgosið.
Gone watch the volcano.
Ég veit, ekki drepa mig.
Jafnvel,
Don't kill me.
það enginn að biðja það.
Já, ég ætla að fá eina pítsu með sveppum, þistilhjörtum og ég ekki búin að skoða eldgosið. Og hvítlauksolíu.
Og það ekkert sem þú getur gert í því.
Já, nei, ég ekki búin að sjá það. Og ég var bara, nei, ég ekki búin að fara að skoða eldgosið.
I haven't seen the
Allir
volcano.
búin að fara, nema ég.
Everybody's gone.
Sorry
Except
með
me.
mig, ha?
Sorry.
Má maður bara ekki vera búin að fara að skoða eldgosið í friði eða hvað? Ha?
Hún konan sem ekki búin að fara að sjá eldgosið.
Ég var nefnilega alveg eftir að skoða eldgosið. Það ekkert endilega víst að ég muni skoða eldgosið. Ég held sveimi þá bara ekki.
Og alltaf að tala það.
Yes, so the woman that couldn't stop talking that she hadn't visited the volcano. Hi, Lisa. Returning for the 15th trip next week. Wow, that's crazy. Well done, Lisa. I admire you for not, ignoring, this Omicron virus, because, if you take the necessary precautions, and Iceland has plenty of space, so yeah. Don't touch the rope. Yes, Jody. That's how active, Julie. The volcano stopped erupting on the 18th of September, but there are talks that maybe the volcanic the eruption would begin again in Hi, Heather. In just a couple of days. Some scientists were talking about the 11th of January, so in 3 days. But so I think it's 50-50. It was, of course, there was a legendary scientist that on the day when the volcanic eruption started, because for 3 weeks constantly, it lasted for more than that. There was constant earthquakes. There were about 40,000 earthquakes for the weeks leading up to the eruption, and then all of a sudden it kind of died down, and then the scientists came on the national TV and said, "No, there are, this is a sign that the eruption would probably not be." And of course, a couple of hours later, an eruption. So he was a little bit of a laughing stock, the poor scientist guy. But of course, it's very hard to predict these things. Yes, I like your spirit, Lisa. Fully vaccinated and will be tested, wearing a mask at social distance, but use common sense and stay healthy. Return to Iceland as as it is. It's just that good. And of course, you have more space now, Lisa. You won't be. You can go to the most popular, places, Golden Circle, and what's not, and there's plenty of space. So I'm gonna drop a link here. I think I have. Where is the? I'm gonna drop a link here in the comments section. So there you can watch the individual sketches from the comedy show Sköpið, and I believe it was subtitled at least in the beginning. So maybe I can find that. I was trying to find that version earlier today, but didn't find it. So with subtitles, but you know your Icelandic, so you can make this work. What do I have more for you here, guys? Other news, of course. Bernie Sanders mittens. Yeah, that was one of the key, major things that happened here. Also, there was a guy. There was a guy that lost his arms, both his arms, in an accident, like I think 15 years ago or 20 years ago, something like that. And he's the first person, an Icelandic guy. He was working like an electrical pole and basically got fried. And he was the first person that was, they basically put arms on him. And I can maybe show you, a little bit of a video of him.
Olnboga eftir ár, ef allt gengur eftir.
So here it is shortly after. Here it is shortly after he was basically they put arms on him. So that's amazing, just amazing to be able to do that. And he slowly. They're saying that the nerves will grow about 1 millimeter per day, but he can actually use his hands for a little bit now, and he showed some signs of that. Yes, he had double arm transplants, Julie. First person to basically, and you can imagine how hard it is to put all the veins and blood vessels and everything just so it was amazing. And it's amazing that he's beginning to be able to use his arms. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find a more recent So yeah, here's a picture of him trying to use his. He's beginning to use his arms a little bit. So that's but just just amazing to be able to do that. So that was one of the things that really stuck with me from last year. And on the not so good note, there was the first kind of like mafia-styled murder here in Iceland. An Albanian armed with a pistol and a silencer killed another Albanian outside his house, or the house of the murder victim. Shot him, I think, 9 times just outside his house, and this guy was sentenced for 16 years. Fortunately, they figured out who he was, and but it's definitely scary that those kind of like I said, there are maybe 2-3 murders per year in Iceland, which is of course very low per capita. But but yeah, this is not a very good sign that those kind of things are happening when the murders are happening because of some crime organizations or crime groups. And then, of course, the volcanic eruption. We had talked about that earlier. 6 months of volcanic eruption. It was all on the news. Basically, the biggest advertisement ever for Iceland. Maybe after the Eyjafjallajökull volcanic eruption. Seems like Iceland when it has hardships like 2008, all the economy crash and we were reeling from that, basically bankrupt, and then Eyjafjallajökull, the volcanic eruption, and travelers started to come to Iceland. Basically a great advertisement for Iceland. And now, COVID and everything was in not so good, not such a good place, and another eruption that was very tourist friendly, very easy on the eyes, and it was featured everywhere from everywhere. And like I said, this was the first time in 800 years there was a volcanic eruption in that area, in that Reykjanes Peninsula area. So there's all reason to believe that volcanic activity will continue in that area for the next years and decades, probably. And what do I more? Yeah, we are very happy that this woman over here, she basically swept all the major awards in 2020, and it continued into the 21, because Hildur Guðnadóttir, the writer and musician, got a Grammy award for the soundtrack for The Joker, and it's just amazing to see this, see this great artist make it like this big time. And of course, Joker is a beautiful movie, so if you haven't checked that out, you should definitely go and watch that. And I really like this soundtrack. It's just amazing. It's just crazy. There were talks in the beginning of the year that Pfizer would maybe just vaccinate all Iceland just in one go for really trial purposes, but because of the low COVID rate at the time, it was not done. But I think there's about 92% of the population in Iceland now double vaccinated, and now they're boosting up again, and so we are well prepared to handle this new outbreak. Fortunately, compared to how many are being diagnosed with COVID, with the new variant, there are very few people. I think there were a couple of records, like 1,500 per day in Iceland, which is quite a lot. And but fortunately, the number of people in hospitals is very, very low, and long may that continue, of course. I'm going to show you this one. This was, of course, not in Iceland, but still a funny. This was one of the memes from last year.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings You might want to take a
We're
look.
trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
Got on the Zoom. Everything seemed fine. My picture popped up. I was in the waiting room with the judge when the judge called the case.
So that was a great meme. the guy, and this line, I'm here. I'm not a cat. Interesting. So one of the best memes of and a lot of people maybe not that tech savvy trying to adjust to the new COVID situation. So people are experiencing all kinds of technical difficulties. So yeah, and there was a little bit of there are a whole lot of talk about sexual harassment and sexual misconduct in Iceland. A couple of our heroes, our national soccer team, our football team players, were connected to some cases, and nobody has been judged or prosecuted, but our best football player for the last decade or so, called Gylfi, he's been connected to. So it's been a very frustrating, and so it's like Me Too, second wave of Me Too in Iceland, and there were a couple of new things that happened just brought to attention. There was a podcast about a couple of well-known people in the business world, and so maybe it's because we're so on the forefront of these things, in some aspects, Icelanders, that these cases are just it's everybody goes ballistics, or there, and but it's very serious that this has happened, and very difficult to it's very difficult for Iceland in general to face that these things are still happening, and we need to do better, and how to believe the victims, and when these lines, you wanna, some people like a minister was supporting a statement from one well-known public person that he was not that he was innocent from an accusation of sexual misconduct, and so it's a little bit strange in that regard, but hopefully people will learn and will adapt to that, to basically the new reality of how to behave, and how what's acceptable, what's not, and obviously there are problems in Iceland regarding that, even though we're really happy that in the parliament election this year, finally there was 52% women in the parliament, so 52% women and 48% men. But then one of the districts announced, basically it was announced that there was a wrong calculation of the votes there, so that changed all the electees, and it went 48%, 52% for so 48% women, which was unfortunate, but we're still 48% women, which is pretty good compared to many countries. And July was the hottest month ever in Iceland in a couple of areas, so like in the east and to the north, like ever recorded. So we're slowly getting into the tropical climate in Iceland. Go climate change, yay! And but of course that causes also problems with mudslides and there's always repercussions. Yeah, I think that's it from Bailey last year. We had some interesting. It was not a very newsworthy year. Like I said, everything was basically yo-yoing, COVID and not COVID, and what's not about that. Adrian is saying, wait for Iceland's first vineyard. Yeah, that will probably happen, actually. Just give it a 10, 15 years. And Ashley is saying it was hot as hell in Canada too. And yeah, this is happening all over. So you have to face it. This is happening. and we in Iceland sure have felt that. And for me personally, of course, it was a really active year for live streaming. I started this last December, starting this live streaming adventure, and we did the Golden Circle, and we did all kinds of stuff. And I just did the live stream again, the December live stream. If you haven't seen that, you should check that, like the Christmas in Iceland again, part 2 or second year running. And I'm hoping that this is going to be just an adventure that will continue. Long may it continue. Join me for a little bit of a trip to Iceland every December, and the plan is now to continue every Saturday to have some kind of live streams. I'm scheduling a couple of coming up, and then we're probably going to have a podcast. Hopefully, me and my friend Sven, we're gonna experiment with that. So hopefully that works out, and he's a funny guy, and we have great banter. We've been friends since back in the day in Westman Island. So I think that will be a fun adventure to experiment with that. I'm here in the UK, he's in Iceland, and we're going to talk about all things Iceland, all kinds of things and stories and sayings and whatnot from Iceland, and maybe we'll expand on that. But we're going to experiment with that, and hopefully you'll join us for that, and give us comments and for that. For 2022, I'm going to tell you just straight up. It's going to be like a yo-yo until next summer. Then it starts getting better. I think, there are all reason to believe that the new variants will be more mild. Looks like it. And with more people vaccinated, I'm really looking forward to next summer in Iceland and in the world. I'm really have a good feeling and good feeling for the next. But it will take at least until spring to get over the worst thing. Hi Ashley, will it be filmed or only audio? The podcast. I'm thinking of trying. We're thinking of trying out StreamYard, this software that I'm using right now. So we'll be just like something like this. No, of course. So we'll basically both be recorded and but of course it will be. I think we will edit it so it won't be live. We're gonna try to have a little bit of a sound score to it. So yeah, it will be recorded with the video, and we're going to try that out. But the focus, of course, on podcast. Julie says, took me 3 days to bin off Omicron symptoms with 2 jabs and a booster. Still in isolation, but it was okay. Yeah, that sounds to be very. I know people that have been having this, and it seems to be milder and pass over more quickly. And hi, Kim, again. Sounds great. We'll look forward to watching them. Glad you're continuing the journey. Yeah, thank you. I'm just, it's been, like I said earlier, it's been crazy for the last couple of months. It's been very hard to, and still getting a hang of the new way of doing things. And but I want to continue this. This is I'm pushing a little bit of boundaries. That's one of the things that I want to do for 2022, and I hope that you're also doing that. How can you do better? And like in Iceland, it's very common to do a New Year's resolution. Every gym in Iceland is full in January. Middle of February, it's just half full, and then 1st of March, it's just like 10 people. But it's a very common thing to have New Year's resolutions, and I'm sure one of these types that do a whole lot of New Year's resolutions, and this is one of the things that has really helped me get through this. Have a chat with you, connect with you in this unique way, and long may it continue. As I said, I'm just a little bit ashamed to not being able to do it earlier, but things came up. All kinds of things, and this Omicron variant did not help in any way, shape, or form. So, what are your suggestions for 2022? Do you have any ideas for me, guys? Julie says, I'm going to learn how to use chopsticks and lose weight. They may be connected. So, are you going to eat everything with chopsticks? So it's going to be a little bit harder, and you get smaller bites of everything. Is that the idea? I would definitely recommend to make smarter goals. So specific, measurable, actionable. I don't remember all them, but Billy, just I'm going to do this, by that, starting this for this many times or something like that. Adrian, as COVID has given me the chance to work on my Iceland project, this is my focus for 2022. Adrian, can you comment on you're building basically yurts, right? You're building houses, yurts, like naturally nature-friendly houses, or where people can stay. So your idea is basically to move to Iceland and start operating these houses, right? Kim is going to learn a little bit of Icelandic. I support that. We did a live stream about that earlier with a whole lot of links and stuff. So, and I would definitely recommend to, if anybody is also inclined to learn Icelandic, to hook up and support each other. It's always good to have somebody that accountability partner or somebody to bounce off. Beta, I'm going to be looking into my Icelandic cut. Icelandic cut. What's Icelandic cut? Your cut of the lamb, or can you elaborate? Culture. Yeah. Yes, I would definitely recommend for that, and of course, a huge part of that will be just continue to watch these live streams and podcasts probably, and we'll bring you some fun stuff. So Adrian is planning a yurt-based accommodation business, not for profit. All proceeds will go to a reforestation in Iceland. Sounds like a worthy goal. And Jody, working on getting my EU citizenship so I can live, work anywhere in Europe. I really support that, Jody. It's so great to have the freedom to move, to be able to go anywhere and work from there. And this is one of the things that I've, of course, learned with and been thinking about earlier is and the reason why I accepted to follow my wife to she is here in the University of Warwick doing her PhD, and I'm basically following her and supporting her on that journey. And I can work anywhere. It's a bit hard sometimes, but it's doable. And yes, Beta, I've learned how to knit Icelandic wool. That's good. That's I know a couple of Nadine. I intend to continue taking joy in the small things in life. That's a very worthy cause, and be thankful. That's to keep it in mind. That's one of the things that I'm trying to what can I be thankful for today? I'm thankful for the small stuff. Thankful for experiencing for the first time in my life a proper fall. I've never experienced that in Iceland. It's either winter, which is long, and fall. There's no summer in Iceland. But like September, October, even November here in the UK is like when does winter start? So it's a bit strange, but very nice. It's beautiful to be able to bike with the boys to school and it's just beautiful. What is my wife studying? My wife is studying basically vinnumarkaðsfræði, and then they so vinnumarkaðs. Wait a moment. Hrafnhildur, hvað heitir vinnumarkaðsfræði á frönsku? Employment research. Sorry, it just fell out of my mind. But it's just starting. Dot, learn Icelandic again. Oh, Dot, I'm from the Western Islands, so worth a go, Dot. There are so many things that can help you on that journey, and I definitely recommend to have some kind of maybe Dot learning Icelandic, and who was the other one? Nicole is learning Icelandic, and there were some more. Maybe you'll check it out. So guys, Happy New Year again, and hope you remember to enjoy the little things, and one step at a time, one day at a time, and take it easy. Bless.